All right, so the next lesson is on the basic angle properties for geometry. So hopefully this serves as a review. Now, what I did here on this Word document is I cut and paste from your worksheet package the next page. All right, so let me just scroll to the top. So one of the pages will say 2.0 basic angle properties. So basically, what I did is I cut this column out and pasted it onto this Word document. All right, so I'm going to be going through these, so you can fill in this, fill it out through your worksheet package. All right, so let me just close that. All right, so I'm going to need a calculator probably. All right, so yeah, so when it comes to our first lesson here in geometry, first thing I want to do here is just kind of review the basic angle properties. Okay, so these properties, I believe that you were taught in the past. All right, but so this lesson itself is going to serve as review. All right. So the first one here, I want to figure out what angle A is. Okay, so these are what they call supplementary angles, or in other words, angles on a line add to 180 degrees. All right, so if this is 38 degrees here, angle A is going to be 180 minus 38, which turns out to being 142 degrees. Okay, so whenever you see in the line here, you can assume that both angles add to 180. So you're going to go 180 minus 38 will give you 142. All right, so that's the first one. Next up, complementary angles. So these are angles that add to 90. So whenever you see this kind of box sign, this indicates that that entire angle is 90 degrees. All right, so there. All right, so if this is 63 degrees and I want to figure out what angle B is, all I'm going to do here is just go 90 minus 63. And that should give us 27. Oops, 27 degrees. All right, cool. Next up, vertically opposite angles. Let's see if I can just zoom in here a little bit more. All right, so this next one here, vertically opposite angles. All right, so whenever two lines that cross, the angles that are opposite from each other are actually going to be equal. So in this case, angle C is 42 degrees, all right, because these two angles are across from each other. Now, the way to kind of show this is true is that if I use this first property here, that angles on a line add to 180, that means that, for instance, here, these two angles add to 180. So 180 minus 42 is 138 degrees. Now, if I apply the, sorry, that's not supposed to be a decimal there, 138 degrees. Now, if I apply the rule again with these two angles, 180 minus 138 gives you 42 degrees again. Okay, so that means that these two angles are equal. As well, this angle here is going to be 138 degrees. Okay, so basically when you have two lines that cross, the angles opposite from each other are going to add to 180, or sorry, are going to be equal to each other. So whenever you have two lines across, the angles across from each other are always equal. All right, next up, angles in a triangle add to 180. All right, so if I know two angles in a triangle, I can always find the third. Basically, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just take 180, subtract 112, minus 29. All right, so this turns out to being 39 degrees. And the fifth property here is angles at a point add to 360 degrees. All right, so yeah, so if I want to find this missing angle here, then basically what I'm going to do here is just take 360, subtract 68, subtract 142, minus 82. And we get 68. All right, so this angle here is 68 degrees. All right, so yeah, so throughout this worksheet here, I think I closed it. Let me open it again. So throughout this worksheet, scroll down. And yeah, it is good sideways here. All right, but throughout this worksheet here, So basically what you're going to be doing is just finding missing angles, right? And as you work through it, find your angles. They're listed here, right? So you're just going to cross them off as you go one at a time. So there's more than enough practice, all right? Now that being said, I believe there's 2 questions down here that we can get started. All right, so let's just say I want to find angle F. To find angle F, we're going to kind of do a few steps here. All right, so to find angle F, what I could do is find these 2 angles here. And then since I have 2 angles in a triangle, angle F would be 180 minus these 2. All right, so these 2 angles here, we can see that these are both lines. So basically I'm going to apply that rule. All right, so I'm going to take 180 minus 122. Okay, so this angle here is 58 degrees. Right? And if I take 180 and subtract 117, this angle over here is 63 degrees. All right, so therefore angle F, I'm just going to take 180, subtract 63, and subtract 58, and I'm left with 59 degrees. Okay, so this angle F here would be 59 degrees. So I applied the line rule, angles in a line add to 180, and then I applied the triangle rule, that angles in a triangle add to 180. All right, so left with 59. And again, as you work through this, right, you can see that 59 was here, so I'm going to cross that out. 68, actually, you know what, I'll just cross out the previous ones here. We have 68, we have 39, 42, 27, 40, where's the 42? Oh, 142. 42 and 27. There's 27. Oh, I think I know. I only showed half the box. Yeah, so the box here is on both sides here. So anyways, that's probably not going to do as much good. Just cross these out. So anyways, that's basic idea there. And let's just work on the last question here. All right, so here we have 2 lines across, so as well as a straight line. So this is similar actually to what I showed you up here. So basically we have 2 lines across. So the angle G, so angle G here, you can see that 27 and G should add to 180 because it's on the line. So 180 minus 27 is 153 degrees. So angle G here is 153. 27 degrees, we have 2 lines across, so each has to be 27 degrees. And likewise, these two angles are across from each other with 2 lines across, so that's 153 degrees as well. And so this is going to be 27 degrees and 153 degrees. All right, cool. So with so what you want to do here is just practice with these other ones. Find all these missing, sideways, but find all these missing angles as you work through, and the answers themselves should be scrambled in these boxes. So just cross them off as you get. So if you get an answer that doesn't appear here, then you did something wrong. So that's basic angle properties. Hopefully that was a review for you guys. Cheers.